If you dimensioned or into solid stone, or you got trapped inside a mimic's home, forced to plane shift into the void, or turned to ash by a cursed child's toy. Your cleric got charmed and hit you with bane. You find an empty tomb, but it's inscribed with your name. You drank the flask marked "do not drink," dominated by a shaman and then kissed a hairy sphinx. Walked the plane of shadow for years, then told the demon your greatest fears. Lost and starving in the desert and there's mold on your bread. Your bard rolled a 20 to seduce the dead. You looted scrolls from a leech's den, read them out loud and never again. Woke up in hell with a talking sword. Now your soul's owned by a demon lord. A fireball trap explodes and your rogue has fled. A green dragon wakes and you're still in its bed. Oh, sometimes you're just better off dead. You're better off dead.
Okay.
Apocalypse now.
And you guys, there being no further enemies that you can see, will be out of initiative.
So I've still got
That
roughly
you can see.
9.5 minutes of being able to see all undead within 60 feet of me and any ground which is desecrated or hallowed as by a hallowed spell. Desecrated. So I'm going to use that time to, as much as possible, remaining within the safety of the light, just look into the room above us. If it's easy to look in the room below us and back along the passageway, any areas that have got undead or are desecrated.
Make an investigation check.
No. I'm going to top
Krug
up to
provides
magic
the-
while he's doing that.
Yeah.
Krog provides the help action,
Okay, with
helping them
advantage.
look if it.
So that is a 4 and a 12.
Okay, with a 12, you're looking around. You do sense the presence of an undead spirit, an undead creature of some description in that room or that space to the north. As you quickly do a loop through the space, you do notice with a 12 the name on the gates, above the gates there. Is anyone proficient in religion?
Yep.
Or history? Can have a religion or a history check from anyone who's proficient.
That's a 19 on religion.
Okay.
That's 10 on history.
All right. So the name is Saint Vale, and that rings a bell as a warrior cleric of the death god, who many centuries ago volunteered to be interred alive in a crypt, which was never found again, to fight a virulent form of undead who kept rising through the desecrated land that the crypt was built on. This appears to be the lost crypt of Saint Vale, and that, in fact, that space appears to be his resting place.
Is he resting in it, or is he also undead?
There's a sarcophagus there that
I
you
can
can
sense
see.
undead within 60 feet. Can I
Yeah,
sense
so
undead?
that's where that sense of an undead spirit or creature is coming from.
I'll
And
turn back.
Chorus, you might remember the name Saint Vale. That's the relic that you promised Varen that you might St. Vale's chalice was the relic that you had promised to retrieve for Varen, lest he lift the curse on you.
So Fairclan is going to turn back to the people and say, I've still got a few minutes of being juiced up. Are we going to go into this now, or are we going to wait around?
Krug goes, "You're the doorman. Go kick down that door."
I will cautiously try and open the door and, if possible, basically go through and try and put my war pick through wherever I sense the evil spirit before it realizes I'm there.
Okay.
Radiant war pick for a few minutes until you say that's 10.
Okay. So you come into the space, the gates open, and they look like, in fact, the gates have been forced recently. And you look around the space, and this foreboding sense of undead creature flits around the space around you. And there's nothing that you can see for a moment. Sorry, it's not Chorus who promised that. It was Krug. It's Krug who's wearing the cursed.
And that's why Krug told Fairclan to go for it.
Yeah. And it's in this moment that you're looking around and you can't sense where it is. It's moving around you too quickly. And then you feel, for the second time today, an immense deep cold that starts this time behind your breastbone. And you need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Is a 20 good enough?
Hey. It is.
Not neutral. 30, 20, 17.
Okay. And as you feel this, you clutch at the symbol of your armada, and he fills you briefly with warmth, and you can push off this attack. And as you do, the ghostly, almost skeletal, gaunt form of a warrior becomes visible to you as it lashes out with a sword that is cloaked in black necrotic fire. But it swings and it misses. So we'll roll initiative again. Currently, it'd just be the two of you because I don't think anyone else can really see.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Do I get like a surprise round because I was planning on coming in and actually hitting it? That was the goal, was to hit it as quickly as possible.
It unfortunately is incorporeal and appeared basically from the floor below you to like shove its life-draining scepter into you. So even though you knew it was around you, you couldn't see it coming.
Fine.
Yeah. All right. But with your initiative roll, you are first.
Sweet. I'm burning through all the resources. I'm gonna use my bonus action because it's right in front of me to cast Shield of Faith. The mother guide me. My AC is now 21. Then I'm going to use my Radiant War Pick to take a smack at it.
Okay.
So it's this number plus 2 of my weapon. So that will be at 11.
That misses. This sort of spirit drifts back into the wall out of your reach.
Cool. I'm still there. Gonna stand in the door to just try and make it so it can't get past me to my squishy friends.
Okay. On its turn, the white of St. Vale reaches out, and again it plunges these skeletal, deathly fingers into or through your armor. And you need to make a con save.
That is gonna be a 20.
And again, the powerful spirit of your deity just helps you deflect that damage. He looks at
Is anyone
you,
coming to help? Yeah.
and he looks beyond you at Wizardson, and seeing a man in wizard's robes and carrying arcane spell books for things, he lifts his hands and he points and throws this arrow of necrotic energy towards Wizardson. which sails past wizards and hits the wall on the other side of the room. Okay.
That's probably enough to get my attention. I guess I'll
Yeah, I
go
think you
over.
probably have noticed now what's happening. Wizardson, it's your turn.
Do I need to
Wizardson is
roll?
once again going to invoke Otterluke's rippling abs.
You can roll initiative.
Raging again. Yeah. Am I? I'm already in initiative order, aren't I? Yep. And this time, I'm not going to touch. Can I actually see the white?
You can.
Okay. Time to advance. And I'm not going to touch this thing with my hands. Have I still got the torch from earlier?
No, you threw it into the brazier to make it light. So
What about the magic lantern? That one that...
you have that still, yes? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use that as an improvised weapon to try and smack it.
Okay. Yep.
I'm
Turns
sorry.
out the lantern's pretty good. Yeah.
And I meant to say reckless attack because I always reckless attack. So he's going to have a great time hitting me next time. I don't know how much damage I'd do with an improvised lantern as a weapon.
It's just the same as your improved improvised with the gauntlets. You can just, yeah.
Very good. There'll be this. And there's also going to be the frenzy damage, which will be that +2.
Okay. So he takes 36 points of damage. This is now feeling a bit more like a barbarian. That's good. Okay.
He's just going to light as a spell.
Yeah. And as you do, some of the oil from your lantern flicks out and sets part of the room ablaze. Hopefully not any important relics. And that's it for your turn. Zariel was joining us, I think.
Yes,
Yep.
I only rolled like a 5.
A 5, that's okay. It'll put you neatly in the bottom of the initiative order
Yeah.
as soon as.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I got
Yeah.
a 10.
Krug's
Okay,
also
yeah.
underway. He got a 14.
Okay. Yep, Krug was able to put his editing down and join us. That's good. Okay, and I'll add you guys in as we go.
Krug smelt smoke and knew he immediately had to see what was going on.
Okay, Zariel, from the doorway, you see this sort of commotion happening.
Can you please move me to where I can actually see the white? Because I'm fairly certain I can't see it from here.
Yep, there you go.
And I will starry wisp it, please.
Okay. Roll to attack.
23 to attack.
Are you able to redirect your hunter's mark because of the concentration spell and it should still be going?
Well, that's a good point. I
It's a
can
bonus
redirect.
action.
Yes,
Yeah, I think on a bonus action you can.
I should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, redirect it to the
Yep.
white. Thank you.
Yep.
Starry wisp,
Uh,
23 to
Hit. Yeah, that hit.
1
Oh.
radiant damage on the starry wisp. But hold on, let me add in the d6 for the. Make that 5 damage in total. So 4 force and 1 radiant.
Okay, you throw this mote of radiant energy across the room and you're like, oh, it didn't seem to go as well as you'd hoped. And it flies through past the paladin and the barbarian who are wrestling with this undead creature of great fury and strength. And you remember tales of the heroic warriors at Ironspire who were nearly destroyed by such a wight, and it took hours of their combat. Your starry wisp kills it outright.
Yeah.
There we go.
Amateurs. Seriously.
Amateurs. All right. And again, we're out of initiative.
Krug goes after the chalice.
Yep.
Looking to see if there's
Uh,
any traps beforehand.
Yeah, good. You can roll an investigation checks.
Is Finuclan's detect 17 evil stuff still going?
It's probably coming to the end of that. Currently, there's nothing undead within 60 feet of you.
Yeah, Krug got a 17 on investigation.
Yeah, so it takes you a few minutes, but you find the chalice that matches the description that you were sent for, and you tuck that away. And you find a few other bits and pieces, and I'll keep track of the generic loot that you guys have found as you go, lest we get too sidetracked.
Krug switches off the camera but just as he finds the chalice.
Yeah, no pictures.
No pictures.
Okay.
Chorus will have a poke around the room in general. Got an 18 on investigation.
Yeah, so you also find some items of loot. The chamber down the south end of the room attracts your attention briefly. It's fairly obvious that there's some rudimentary pressure plate traps on the other side of the gate. You can't see anything in there that's obviously worth your attention, and you think it would take some time to disarm the traps. So up to you guys what you want to do, but there doesn't appear to be anything obviously of value in that south room.
I think we just need to find the next brazier.
Okay. Where are you going?
How about the place of the fog?
It's a good plan.
So Feiglin goes that way. He had 3 different 10-minute spells going on, with the last one having however many minute delay. If any of them are still going, let me know. Otherwise, he's just to
Yeah,
himself.
you're not really sensing much. In this space ahead of you here, there is a mist that seems a bit unnatural now, given the light and heat permeating the space from the 2 braziers behind you. Ahead of you, you can see the corridor divides so it's a T intersection. Straight ahead is a door. Just to the left is another door that's a matched pair of doors. They both look like the same sort of vault doors that you're standing next to in the hallway there that have a mechanism somewhere else that opens them. And you can see a hallway that disappears up to the north.
So Krug will try to cast Shape Water on the fog, because fog is mostly water mist, and see if he can part it, just to see if it works.
Nothing seems to happen.
This is definitely a waste of a cantrip.
Hey,
Wizard, do you have anything?
As opposed to the 17 minor illusions that we had so far?
Hey, those came in handy.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Wizardston, do you have anything?
I think I have a spare cantrip. He hefts a brick, takes aim into the fog, and throws as hard as he can and listens out to see if anything goes out.
No response that you can discern.
I think it's only fog in there.
Let's move ahead.
Actually, make a perception check.
Everyone, or just
Yeah, anyone who wants to, really. You're all standing in the same spot. If any of you are
14
going to hear it.
16.
14, 16,
19.
11, 19. Zariel is probably the only one who hears. The brick bounces to a halt against that door. And nothing comes from the fog, but you hear the skittering of legs. Many legs.
Oh,
From the
spiders.
other side of that door. They seem to have been irritated by the brick being thrown.
Yeah,
So we're
assumptions
going
in
to
there.
roll ahead.
Lots of legs.
Are we going towards the things that we've annoyed, or away from the things that we've annoyed?
Here,
There's
Fortune
no point
taking
going
a hang
towards them
around.
if we think they're the thing we want.
Are we counting Zariel?
You want to move with that thing that you've annoyed.
Okay. What are you doing,
Let's
guys?
charge ahead. Fear
Who's
Clan,
Fear
kick down
Clan
that
leading
door.
the charge? So you make it to this T intersection here. Let me bring you guys all forward and clear some fog of war for you. So you can see that this corridor extends up to the right-hand side, and you get the impression that there's light coming from up there. The doors in front of you, the 2 matched pairs of doors, are sealed, and you suspect there's a mechanism somewhere that opens them.
If the only way is up, I'll cautiously go up.
Should probably discuss what we're going to do if we find our competitors.
By cautiously,
Yeah,
what I mean
really.
is that I'm moving my normal move and taking the dodge action every turn. Just in case.
Make a stealth check with disadvantage on account of your
Oh, plate armor. Oh no, splint armor. I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just trying to be
Okay.
not
Every
seen.
6 seconds, you're striking a pose. Got it. Okay. Yep. Run
My
freeze.
stealth check with
Yep.
disadvantage is 8. I'm like ghost.
Yep.
A noisy ghost.
A clanky, noisy ghost. Got it. Okay.
I'm going to take the opportunity to turn to Wizardson and say, I think our rivals would be better off dead. And look over at the camera and just
Deadpan office face.
Yeah.
Okay,
Goes-
we'll get it in a better moment. We'll get it in a better moment. Maybe someone else
I
can try it.
swear
at
I
a
did
moment.
not
don't know.
need money this badly. Why did I join this group?
Krug, just look, Krug, you can just hear a voice of a Krug going, I didn't become an illusionist to suffer bad vibes. Anyway, and then we move forward.
Fear Clan, as you walk through this mist, this sort of tacky sensation under your boots, and you feel low, and you hear a bit of a sizzling noise and an uncomfortable smell, more uncomfortable than the smell of the cloaks that you guys are used to, greets your nostrils. And you take 5 acid damage.
Nice.
And your
The dodging
your
didn't help.
armor is not magical.
Correct, it is not.
Yeah, so you take a -1 to your AC.
Nice. Is that permanent or just
It is until it can be repaired.
nice?
Five
We got
acid
that
damage?
upgrade.
Does a 21 hit everyone?
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Each of you take 5 acid damage.
Rude.
It's okay. They're only pseudopods. They're not even real pods. We're fine.
Yeah.
This is okay.
Yeah. And each of you take a -1 to your AC. And as you start to wonder about the source of this, that this mist is emanating almost from this dripping, oozy mass on the ceiling. And we'll need yet another initiative roll.
Do we take a penalty to AC if we're not wearing any armor at all?
Yeah, you do not.
Or if the armor is
Oh, okay.
magical, such as
Yeah,
chorus.
if your armor,
barbarian armor
if
rules.
you're wearing magical armor, you do not take a penalty.
what if I'm just wearing a wizard robe?
Are you wearing anything under the
Like-
wizard robe?
No armor. I'm not proficient.
Yeah,
Nothing under the robe.
then no. Yeah, no, it's just going commando under the robe. So there's just
Still wearing
splotchy,
barbarian armor.
acid burned holes in his armor and tastefully draped bits.
Oh, look,
Okay.
now Wizardson and I are matching.
My Beyond just keeps crashing on this end. I'm glad that I set up 2 tabletops for this, but still. 17, 15,
18 for Krug.
18 for Krug. Okay, you're all going ahead of the ooze,
6.
except for you.
I'm rolling like trash this last bit.
Who had the 18?
Krug.
Krug, you're up.
Okay. So did you say the ooze is on top, like in front of us
In the-
or
on the
top of us?
ceiling. On the
It's
ceiling.
on the ceiling.
It's on the
Okay,
ceiling.
so it's in the ceiling. So Krug looks up, pulls out the detonator, and goes, lights, camera, combustion. And he casts Scorching Ray. So is that
Okay.
3 rolls of D20?
It is 3 rolls to hit.
Okay. So the lowest is a 14.
They all hit.
Okay. Right, so that's 66 damage. Let's see how that goes. That's not bad. Okay, so that's 12, 16, 18, 20, 25 fire damage.
Okay. You blast it with this detonator, and it's actually pretty impressive, this sort of burst of fire energy that lashes out at this ooze. And it recoils from it, but it doesn't seem like that fire damage did as much as you'd hoped.
Boo. All right. Krug then moves. No, he tries to step out of the way of the mist so he doesn't get acid damage again.
Mhm.
And then he uses bonus illusion to make it look like there's a wall on top of him, for what it's worth. And that's his turn.
Okay. That brings us down the order to... Who had 17? Sorry.
Actually not. Yeah. No, I was 15, Joe.
The auto initiative has rolled balls here, so if you guys... Basically, if anyone except Chorus wants to go now.
I was 11.
11. Where's the roll log?
Yeah, I don't know who was.
I feel like someone said 17, but Fear Clan was 15.
Ethan was 15.
Wizardson was 15.
I think they were the higher. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So Fear Clan and Wizards, and then Fear Clan based on Dex.
Wizardson is going to conserve his last remaining cast of Otterluke's Rippling Abs because he only has one more for the day. He's just going to take out a brick and throw it up at the pseudopods and then step
Okay.
back.
Okay. Throw the brick. Roll for brick damage.
Sorry,
That
I
hit.
meant to say reckless attack. Oh, doesn't
Yeah.
matter. 12 doesn't matter. And I'll just do my damage. Hurrah.
And you watch as the brick shatters into the ooze, and inexplicably to the magically imbued people around you, the brick seems to have been mightier than the sword in this case.
been
And
known to happen.
the ooze is defeated. I don't know who I just deleted off the screen, but it wasn't the ooze. All right, I'll come back to that. Oh, it was Wizardson. Sorry, Wizardson. I'll bring you back. Great. He lives. Okay, back out of initiatives. You guys are heading north up this corridor.
Glen's a bit battered now and has his armor is less effective. He is happy to. He's going to be suggesting and looking around for a place to take a quick breather so he can repair his armor.
Shall we have a little short rest then?
It's up to you guys.
Sounds like a good idea.
That's what Fearclan wants to do.
Hope you didn't just briefly anger a large horde of animals nearby before your short rest. That'd be really annoying.
If we're going to do that, I'm going to recommend we actually go back towards one of these braziers because they seem to be, radiant in damaging. But
But they attract mosquitoes and insects.
Is that a problem?
Didn't seem to be a lot of moths down here, to be fair.
all right,
Whatever's
you-
behind that door with the legs probably consumes a lot of the insect life.
Hey, look, as much as I like you guys bloodied, I do need the rest of you guys so we can get out of here safely. Who needs to have a quick breather? A smoko.
I'm pretty good.
Fine.
Okay.
All right.
Where are you having your
Right.
break? You
Fearclan is going to go back to one of the two rooms that have the one which is the second room we went into because it's got the fewest doorways into it. And he's going to look at, so first he looks at Zariel, then he thinks better, looks at Chorus and says, try and keep them off me while I'm fixing my armor. He takes his armor off and attempts to fix it.
okay? So you're going to spend your short rest doing that.
Am I still allowed to have a short rest while I'm fixing it or not?
You can. You will need to perform a survival, or let's just say
Not
survival, or not hugely. It's going to be something survival or something dex.
Let's
Sleight
go
of hand.
survival then.
Yep.
So that's a 2.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Do you
scrub.
want to help me?
You scrub
Help
at the acid.
Wizardson will help.
Yeah. You can roll that with advantage. The two of you spend your short rest poring over the.
Yeah, that's still 6.
Yeah. So you both look at this acid sort of damaged armor, scratching your heads a little bit, and unfortunately you're not able to repair any of that damage.
I have a spare loincloth if you want to wear it instead.
Generous. I'm
Ooh.
still going to regain some hit points for short rest.
Only lightly used.
Fortified by virtue of never being won.
Me too, the same.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can all have your short rest.
I'm going to use 2
Oh.
of my hit die.
Sorry, I just got attacked by my cat.
That'll happen. Yep.
So
Wolves in my butt.
I'm back up to full hit points and I have 1 channel divinity now. Then I'll put on my armor and sort of shrug and deal with it, I guess.
Somewhere in a bar far away, Varen is chuckling about the magical armor he offered you, and you turn your nose up at.
I'd still have a worse AC with magical armor on than I have with this one.
We'll see. All right. So you finished your short rest. Well, are we resuming from the corridor where we were before?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. You come across this door, and in front of you, this door is another one of these large vault-like constructions, a big iron door without an obvious handle, but this one is open, and you can see through into the space beyond, and there's a fairly expansive space full of columns. It is sparsely lit. There's only a few lanterns here and there, giving a little bit of light to the space. And again, it's a crypt. So what you found is another crypt or burial chamber.
Don't tell me we found another crypt in the crypt.
I know.
Crypts these days.
Do we see any cryptids? See,
No
spiders.
cryptids. No cryptids, no bloods or crypts that you can see.
No sort of skunk apes or
Skunk
woodland
apes.
apes.
No. No kind of apes that you can see. There are there are a number of sarcophagi, some that have been opened or smashed. There are several piles of sort of bones around the place that litter the floor.
You know what they say about good renos? The place has to have good bones. A nudge. Which is
Okay. That Krug's recording. Okay, that was actually pretty good. That's going into the promo.
So I'm thinking like 15% royalty share. I don't want to be too much. You don't want to put off the other stars, but maybe 15%.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So,
For you, Clan, are you charging into this space?
See,
You're
Glenn is
feeling
going
a bit more cautious after several near-death experiences.
several near-death experiences. He knows that there are spidery type things, or at least he guesses there are spidery type things in there. So he's going to go in there ready to jump out of the way if something comes. So dodge
Okay.
action and moving.
So you come into this space, and what you can see is the crypt. You can see a number of these sarcophagi and tombs. There's a lot of ornate column work, and this is obviously a fancy burial chamber of various important people at the time of this thing's construction. You can see at the end of the chamber, in the very distance, another brazier. No spiders, no webs.
Yo,
We
back
check
quickly
the
empathy,
ceiling,
grab a
right?
torch off the wall.
Oh, it's very specifically check the ceiling for the spiders, please, or for anything else.
Roll a
And the
perception check.
I'm sorry. I've been bitten by this one too many times.
oh, that's
I'm
a
going to use
great
my
idea.
echoed mind to get advantage.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
mean that's a nat
Ooh.
1 with a 7.
Yep.
Plus 7,
Looks-
so 8 total.
Looks pretty clear.
No spiders. Yeah.
18.
I got a 13.
Okay, with 18 and 20 for perception, there are no webs, no spiders. Some of the bones do seem to be moving.
Yeah, we can stop that.
Where are the bones? Oh, just as we can see on the screen.
Yeah, there's a scattering of bones around you, yeah.
Krug uses minor illusion of this time a goblin just dancing in front of one of the bones to see what happens.
What accent does the goblin have?
Oh, that's a good one. Das ist gut, ja.
And you see this pile of skeletal sort of remains kind of incorporate, stand upright, and around you a number of them at the same time become upright and obvious. And you realize that there's quite a number of skeletons in this space.
Krug gets the goblin to say, Scheißen.
Hmm.
And is that roll initiative?
Roll initiative. Well, my Beyonders. breaking again.
Okay.
So Krug's initiative. Zariel is
I
an
guess
8.
15.
15.
More classically, Declan gets an 8, as he's supposed to.
Theodore, 8.
Chorus got a 10.
Chorus got 10. Well, here I have been adding people individually to the initiative order like a sucker. And I could have just swiped you all. So Chorus got a 10. Clan got an 8. Krug got a 15. Zariel got an 8. Maribel can have 12. Wizardson? Yep, 8.
I'm trying to play D&D.
All right. That puts Krug at the top of the order.
All right. So, at the closest skeleton, so let's just go for skeleton. We'll go for skeleton D. He's going to cast magic missile. So that's I think 3d4 plus 3. Is that correct?
At first level or a...
At first level, yeah.
Yep.
2, 5, 9 plus 3 is 12 force damage.
At skeleton D. Targeting the D. Oh, force damage. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, probably not. Oh, just probably get the goblin to continue dancing, talking in German, and see if any of the skeletons react for it. I'd say to run a
Okay.
skeleton C. And that's turn.
Okay. Maribel is going to look around, see the large number of zombies here, see the brazier in the distance, look at you all, and she is going to head this way and try and get towards the brazier. And she is going to try and sacred flame the brazier, but she misses. Okay, Chorus, you're up.
Protect the cleric. Too many skeletons. I'm gonna channel Wrath, so I'm gonna whip out Discordance, my blade, and the tarnished silver sort of takes precedence and overlays the other metals, and I channel Wrath the Smiter. And I'm going to move. No, I'm just gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at Skeleton C.
Okay.
So roll the hit as normal. So it's 22 to hit.
Yep.
And then I'll do D10 damage. So I do 9 damage, but then I can add my charisma modifier of +3 thanks to Wrath. So that's 12 damage total to Skeleton C. And Wrath whispers in my ears, "Smite them! Come on! Smite! Smite!" And yeah. I will. How's Skeleton C looking after that?
He started looking like a pile of bones, and now he looks like a fairly badly damaged pile of bones.
I'm going to move up to get into combat range with Skeleton C, just near that pillar. So pillar on the north of me, Skeleton C to the west. And
I recommend you stay within 5 feet of mace, because I can provide some protection if it swings at you.
Yeah. I'll take a step back towards people, and that's all I can do.
Okay. And that brings us to the skeletons. So, Skeleton A is going to head up towards the cleric. Skeleton B, about there. Skeleton E is going to find Wizardson. Skeleton D is going to find Krug. And Skeleton F is going to find Zariel. Alright, let's roll some hitting. So they're all just carrying rusty old short sword. So Skeleton A against Maribel does hit and rolls 6 points of damage against Maribel. To 20. Skeleton B doesn't hit anyone else. No, they've got bows as well. They don't have bows, that's fine. They can just do short sword skeletons. Let's keep moving. Skeleton C is going to strike Chorus with his rusty short sword. Roll for tetanus. 23 hit. And you take 4 points of piercing damage from Skeleton C. Skeleton D looks at Krug,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
gives a kind of bony, toothy smile, and that's a natural 20.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
And it deals 8 points of slashing damage to you.
I'm going to use my reaction to try and put my shield in between that and prevent.
Sorry, the hit like on chorus. Yeah.
No, on Krug. I was going to save that for Krug because Krug is squishier. I prevent 10 points of damage.
Okay, so you prevent all of the damage to Krug, which is sad because I wanted to see the ring. I wanted to see the ring work, but that's okay.
Oh, forgot about the ring. Yeah, that would have been good.
Alright, that's okay. Skeleton F is gonna swing his rusty short sword at Zariel. There you go. My run of good rolls had to have come to an end, and it sees the paladin throwing its shield around and gets a bit distracted and swings right over the top of Zariel. That brings us to Zariel.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it back with my corpse slayer. Oh, I just hit the wrong thing. Don't mind me. That would be a 10 to hit.
That does not hit. It's a reasonably agile pile of bones that just sidesteps you as you swing at it.
I think you forgot to attack Wizardson with Skeleton E.
Well, thank you for reminding me. Carry on with your turn, and I'll just roll some damage in the background here.
My turn. Hit me. Hit me.
That's fine. I don't think I have anything else I want to do at the moment.
14 doesn't hit anyway. All right. That brings us to Wizardson's turn.
Wizardson will again unleash the power of Otterluke and begin raging. And he's going to take a swing at the skeleton.
Reckless attack, I imagine.
Reckless attack. I don't think the 12 is going to be good enough. I'll just see what the second roll does. 15 looks better. Does that hit?
15 does hit, yeah.
All right. So it's going to be the 5 plus another 5 plus a 2. So 12 damage.
And you pummel the skeleton into dust.
All right. Stay undead. And then I'm going to move up to try and help my teammates. Yeah, next to some kind of bad guy.
All right. And that brings us to Fearclan.
So Fearclan is going to move. So I'm assuming that if I move 10 foot north, I don't leave the engagement range of anything, so I don't take an opportunity attack. Is that correct?
You mean to here somewhere?
Correct.
Yep, that's fine.
I'll do that. Then I will take a smack with my pick at Skeleton D. And that will be that's a 9.
Yep. As you're weaving through past Wizardson and Chorus and his various heads and trying not to hurt anyone with your pick, you miss the skeleton with your swing. The swing's a bit wide. All right. Top of the order, Krug.
Okay. Krug, he's going to do it because it's going to be dramatic. He's going to cast Shatter in a 10-foot sphere around...
Yep. We can get your whole party in that 10-foot sphere, yeah?
Oh, good. But no, Krug is not going to do that. He's going to do it around Skeleton. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's more than 10 feet. B and C. No, we're not getting Fearclan.
Can you get A in that as well?
Hang on. You want B and C?
Yeah. Can I get A as well? And I get 3?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think you can.
No, just outside,
No,
I think. But you get those
Let's
two,
do
yep.
B and C. Yep. So Shatter. Question is whether this counts as a skeleton count as a construct.
They do not.
Okay. So just classify. They just get 3d8. So first of all, they all make a con save.
Okay.
DC 13.
22 and a 3.
Okay. So that is a total of... That's not great. So that is 9 thunder damage. So one gets 9 and the other one gets half of that rounded down. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So 9 and 4.
4. Okay.
Yep. And Krug is still within range of D, so he's just going to stay there. And that's his turn.
You unleash this spell, and this rumbling sort of ball of thunder energy erupts and causes a lot of damage to these skeletons. It also rumbles the ancient, fairly badly repaired tomb. So bits of dust start falling, bits of dirt and rock, and you get the impression that the building's not super stable. It hasn't done enough damage to make it fall apart, but you'd be concerned about the building's stability in the long run. Okay, and that brings us to...
Oh, good stakes. The plot was dragging anyway.
Yeah. That brings us to Maribel, who is going to charge away. She's going to take the opportunity attack from the skeleton, who is going to roll that quickly. And it misses anyway. She's going to get close enough to Sacred Flame the remaining...
Don't eat that, dude.
brazier, and it ignites, casting a bright glow around the room, and you hear this distressed, horrible groaning noise coming from that cavern where she is, and none of you really have a good line of sight other than her to see the zombies that she's just seen, who have been badly damaged by the brazier's light. And that brings us down the order to Chorus.
Is Maribel surrounded by zombies up the top there, or is she fairly... Oh, good, a zombie burster. That sounds fun. Okay, look, I'll just green flame blade the skeleton in front of me. A skeleton in the hand is worth 2 in the distance. Green flame blade... Oh, nice, 19. 19, so I do 2d6 damage.
Don't even bother rolling it because he's only got 1 hit point.
But I want to add my special charisma power thing you gave me.
By all means, you do that, and while you do that, the skeleton crumples into a heap.
Now it is green flame blade, so I'm going to add 3 additional points to the skeleton B.
Yeah. That is also enough to kill skeleton B.
And I will add my charisma modifier to my temp HP.
Chorus looks
smite.
Chorus looks as he just cuts down 2 skeletons and looks next to him at the paladin and goes, "That's 2.
I guess they were better off dead."
Yeah.
Across the camera.
Yeah, that was better. Extra 2%.
Can you stop stealing my things, dude?
And that brings us to the remaining skeletons in the order. And I guess just add these guys into initiative quickly.
Oh, can I move up
So-
towards skeleton A? Just get close to Maribel, Sean?
You can 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, heaps.
Yeah, thanks.
Which makes Skeleton Abe's life choices much easier. He's just going to swing at you with a rusty sword, which hits, and he's going to do 8 points of the slashing damage. Skeleton D is going to slash out at Krug, but he misses. Krug being fairly nimble on his feet, and Skeleton F is going to swing out at Zariel. And hit.
That hits.
And does 5 slashing damage. And that brings us to Zariel.
I may hit him back.
Fair.
I just hit the completely wrong button. I thought I was on my actions page, so I went to hit the first action, but I was on the spells page. That is a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
With a... Hold on, can I play no warrior on that one? Let me just check. He's technically undead, yeah?
He's undead, so you can have the extra D6.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Or D8, I can't remember.
Yeah, so what? That plus that. Where'd I go? 10 plus 2 plus 3.
Yeah, you cut the skeleton down. He's gone.
Please.
cut the skeleton into bits.
To be fair, he should already have been disarticulated on account of being a skeleton.
Yeah,
It's
that's
ridiculous.
fair.
Really,
Yep.
this is not scientific.
No,
Ariel's
no,
not impressed.
no. It is sad. There is a whole dissection. I found there's a whole template for a dissection chamber that I found before that will be quite a good one shot for a crazed artificer or something like that, but I couldn't find a way to write it into this one shot. Okay, Zariel, is that it for you?
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Actually,
Oop.
I will go up towards where Maribel is. Head me in that direction.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah.
Wizardson will assist his teammates, again by applying the magic hands to the skeleton.
Bludgeon that skeleton.
Reckless attack. Hopefully
That
that'll
hit.
do. I'll just see what the alternate dice roll would have been. No point fishing for the 20. And damage. There's this. And also the...
That's okay. He only has 1 hit point and he's vulnerable to your bludgeoning damage. So you obliterate him into a pile of dust.
And then I'm going to proceed up to reinforce the others.
Okay. And that brings us to Fear Clan.
Fear Clan, I'm going to use one of my racial traits, Adrenaline Rush, to bonus action dash. I'm going to bonus action dash and go up in front of Maribel and say, "Get behind me, cleric." And then I'll take my action to dodge, assuming there's, preparing for the zombies to come up and hit.
Okay.
I've got 2 temp HP for what it's worth.
Okay. That brings us to the Husk zombie, who, unlike traditional zombies that you've seen even recently in your encounter in the other crypt, these ones move at horrifying sort of speed. They bursts of erratic movement and then they stop and look around. They like weirdly possessed demonic sort of demeanor about them, and they pulse, like their innards appear to be bloated and swollen rather than just decaying. There's a fairly unpleasant sort of odor, miasma coming off of them. They both charge towards you and towards you, and they will make their attack against you
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage because you are dodging. Disadvantage. Advantage. Okay. So, of the 4, what's your AC with your busted armor?
A busted armor, I've got an AC of 18.
Okay, all right. So one of those 4 strikes hits you, and you take 7 points of slashing damage. Okay, and that brings us back to the top of the order to Krug.
So Krug moves 30 feet towards the rest of the group. And would he be in range? How far away would the zombies be from him at that point?
If you used your full movement, you could probably be within 30 feet.
Okay. So he is first going to use minor illusion to create a halo and glowing light shining upon Fearclan, and then have a holy like chorus sound. And then he's going to, for his action, use the second charge of Scorching Ray to make it look like fire streaming down from above. A righteous kind of God's fury.
Okay.
Can I roll some insight to see whether I recognize this is actually Krug or whether it's real?
You roll your insight check while you roll 3 attack roll.
Sure. That's a DC of 13.
You find has this moment where it's like, I am ascending. It's happening.
It makes great footage. Okay, so Let's see. One's a nat 1, one's a 2, and a +5, that's a 7. The other one's a 23, so 1 hits.
Okay.
I would just hit zombie A with one of the 2d6. That's 10 fire damage.
You said zombie A with 10 fire damage.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna need to do some rolls here. There's a con save. Ooh. Fear Clan, make 2 Constitution saving throws. Just more
They're not
plus
against
one.
cold temperatures by any chance.
They are.
So that will be a 19 and a nat 1 for 4.
Okay. All right. So, good news. The 3 bursts of Scorching Ray, one goes wide, one narrowly misses Fear Clan. The third one strikes Zombie A, and what I can only describe as a giant, almost abscess of the abdomen ruptures and sprays the surroundings with this caustic necrotic goop as Zombie A falls down.
Krug,
Sadly,
please tell me you got that on camera. That's going to do so well
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
yeah.
on TikTok.
So that goes well.
Oh.
Sadly,
TikTok, sorry.
the burst of necrotic and poison causes the second zombie to also explode. And
Chain reaction zombie explosions. I love that.
Paladin Pimple
Peer
Popper
pressure.
follow on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
causes Fear Clan to take 19 points of poison damage. Oh, I'm so sorry. And
Oh,
Maribel takes 19 points of poison damage.
Okay. Can I use my reaction to shield her from some of that damage?
If you take all of it.
That would almost be how you'd have to do it, because it's not an attack, it's an area effect. Like it's sprayed
Yeah.
everywhere, it's dripping everywhere. So
Absolutely. In character, that's why Fearclan went there. He is body covering the cleric.
Yeah.
okay, you can take her damage and she'll take none.
I was going to just roll for some of that, because if I take all of the
Yeah.
damage, I will
Yeah,
die.
you roll the deception then. Go on.
If you die, we can bring you back.
Well,
Yeah,
she
so
can.
Harry
say,
can bring me back.
I say 9 of that, taking me to a mighty -2. So I should have taken all of it, is what I'm thinking. Okay.
So you go down and she still takes 12. Is that what we're...
Unless you let me retroact it to take 19.
We're here now.
She takes
Okay.
10 then.
Okay, all right. For the second time in what is the first level of a 3-level crypt, Fear Clan becomes unconscious.
I just, from the grave, you hear him saying, I just wanted Maribel to use her ring.
Yeah, she's going to get a chance to do that right now. So she's going to roll. She's going to cure wounds you. So you get 5 HP from the ring, and then it is 2d6 plus 4. 17 hit points. So she heals you back up to 17 hit points, and she looks at you. And this is why I miss having Emma here, because she would have some cutting, witty remark to rebuke you for having saved her at the expense of one of her spell slots.
I reach out and say, good job, Maribel, and heal her for 5 hit points with my lay on hands. Just a spite.
Okay, all right, good. All right, Chorus, we're up to you.
Chorus is going to see what happens. I guess it's best to never let the sun set on an abscess. And he's just going to green flame blade the zombie.
Great, let's do this.
Yep, 17 will hit.
That'll hit it.
7 damage plus my charisma of 3
he's
is
dead.
10.
He's dead. You slice through. All right. You guys, we are out of initiative order. This end of the crypt looks to be secure. And what's next for Better Off Dead?
We haven't
So
seen
have
the
we
other party, have we?
No.
Have we
What
heard
if-
any sounds that would resemble the doors opening now that we've done all 3 braziers?
So you did, in fact, hear when Maribel lit the 3rd brazier, a loud grinding, in fact, a series of loud grinding noises as a number of doors opened as a result of the brazier being lit.
What if they were waiting the whole time for us to light the braziers, and then they just come out and take the credit? No, what a plot twist!
Do we loot or do we
Wait.
try and make a break for the entrance? To be sure.
Who wants revenge? He's going for the entrance.
Krug follows close behind and goes, "Revenge is the best dish is a dish best served cold."
Like
Hey, Dylan, can I
gazpacho.
roll about those demonic energy zombies? Just see if I'm clocking anything demonic that would, or they just
Yeah, so it's certainly they're unusual zombies. It's not typical necromancy that has caused them to be bloated and filled with acid, but then neither it's not typical of necromancy undead things to have acid filled oozes as well. So there's not everything is adding up here, but you don't really have anything specific to go on at this point. All right. Making your way back down the hallway. Where are you heading to?
Probably go back to the entrance so we can get the 5,000 gold.
Yeah.
Because
heading-
whatever's in that crypt can't be worth more than 5,000 gold.
There's also the question of whether we have in fact cleared the crypt. There
Oh.
were 2 objectives. We have lit the braziers. We haven't necessarily cleared the undead. Vehicle's going there to make sure there are no signs of the other party member sneaking out of the doors.
Yeah, sure. Wait a second, let's see.
I'm going to whisper to Zariel. They're not going to send anyone to check, and if they do, they'll probably, if there is zombies, they're going to be eaten, and we could probably get away by them.
That is true. That is true. Maribel does at this point pipe up and say, I have the power to compel you to tell the truth. And I think that a powerful cleric like the Doom Guide probably can do the same thing. So that might be a backup plan. As you approach this T intersection, these doors are open. And what you can see actually is all of the doors that were closed are now open. You can see that there is a pathway, a stairwell that leads down just beyond that room there. You can
Actually,
see.
at the moment, can you move the map? for
Oh,
us?
yeah. Can do that.
Thank you.
Oh, so that's what you mean you had a screen behind you. Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Because I have a different view to you guys, so I have to have 2 versions of the map open, which is
Gotcha.
yeah. So you can see another hallway here, and you can hear screaming, raging, smashing, inhuman noises coming from down that hallway. It sounds large and it sounds angry. And then you can see this chamber here, which is completely filled with web. There are a number of bodies cocooned in web. And a
we
number
recognize?
of sacks that look. Doesn't take a genius to recognize probably what are egg sacs and 2 very pissed off giant spiders.
Did Dieter ride a spider?
He did.
So, as Theon Day is first in line, if he noticed these spiders as he was going past them, he wouldn't have just walked past them. He
Okay.
would have stopped to protect the party.
Okay. Back everyone up a touch. I don't know, Krug was racing for the exit. You might have had to stop Krug. He's like,
Do you
"We're
stop
done."
Krug?
Krug does what Krug wants. Dylan's just there to stand in the way. He doesn't actually stop people from doing stuff.
Krug keeps going. He wouldn't have. He was thinking about the money. Yeah.
Somewhere there's a good number. And about now,
Nice.
you turn and these giant, like 15-foot tall spiders going, and there's a scattering of legs, and you think there's more legs than just 2 spiders that you can hear. There's lots of legs moving in that space that's full of web. And you can see a number of cocooned bodies of various ages in there as well. It's obviously the spiders have been denning in there for some time. So we should roll initiative, and I think at the end of this we'll wrap it up for the night, one way or the other.
22 this time.
6.
15.
Right.
11.
Wizards and it's 12, 22. Forest is 12. God. Okay. Zariel, you're at the top of the order.
Yes, Starry Wisp in there at Giant Spider B, please.
Okay.
That's only a 7 to hit, though.
That does not hit. The skitters really deftly across its web and moves out of your range. Right. That brings us to Maribel, who is going to Sacred Flame. There's a giant spider. Dex save. Yeah, Sacred Flame misses entirely. And that brings us to Wizardson.
Wizardson will use up his last use of Otluke's Rippling Abs for the day and is going to charge in and take a swing with his lamp at the giant spider.
Okay. Roll to attack.
And this will be a reckless attack.
Reckless.
And we'll see what the alternative dice roll is. Even worse somehow. I'll go with the 10. Does that hit anything?
It does not.
Oh dear.
The spider just kind of skitters along its web and out of the range of your brick.
That's all for Wizard this turn.
Okay. Chorus. That hit at 1 point of damage.
Would you say it's been less than a minute since we started the fight with the zombies?
No, it's probably been a few minutes by the time you had a look around, realized that things had calmed down, decided that you were going to head to the exit, marched back here, realized that you were about to walk into a...
Okay, cool. You'll see that his blade recede, the silver recedes, and he no longer is dealing the extra damage. And that's it.
Okay. All right, 1 point of the damage. And it's Krug's turn.
So, Krug was not expecting the spiders, so shocked, but he does think this would make great footage. He is going to cast Firebolt at the spider at the very front. Oh, that's not 20. Okay. So that's 2d10, or just roll 1d10 and double it.
Yeah, 1d10 and double it.
Cool. And that is a total of 16 fire damage.
16 fire damage.
And then
Okay.
he moves back 30 feet.
All right. So you fire this bolt in there, and it skidded out of the way of everyone's attacks so far. The fire seems to hit it and burns away a little bit of the web and loses its balance a little bit, takes a bit of damage from that. Okay.
Yep.
Fear
And Krug
Clan,
moves back 30 feet, and that's his turn.
back 30 feet.
So I'm not sure whether Fear Clan would know this, whether I know this or not. If I stand in its way, can we block those spiders in the room so they can't get out? So we're only fighting one at a time.
So they are a large creature, so they can move around you or through. They can certainly try to push you or do a number of things. The doorway is certainly large enough that it would take 2 of you to block the doorway.
Wizard's already in there. So if I stand
Yeah.
next to him, could we block it? Is what I'm thinking.
You could have a go. You could certainly
Sweet.
try.
That's the plan. Fear Clan's going to stand next to Wizard, and then he is going to attack Spider B with his war pick. And that's a 10.
That does not hit.
So feeling bad things in his future, He raises his shield and says, "Ilmad that protects." Bonus action, Shield of Faith. My AC is 20.
Okay. And as your shield crackles with that divine energy, the spider in front of you turns a little bit and aims its carapace back towards you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is with a... Oh, it's not with advantage, so it doesn't dodge. Okay, cool. This is going to be bad. Going to be very bad. But it's a 17. 18 minus 1.
Okay. Despite your clumsy nature and your heavy armor, you manage to dodge out of the way as that spider shoots a burst of silken thread at you. It turns around and tries to bite at you in anger, and the bites just bounce off of the armor. The second giant spider looks at you, having blocked the doorway, and makes some noise that you can only assume is some kind of cursing or expletive in spider, and make another dexterity saving throw.
I think he's just complaining about the fact that he's not a bird.
It's another 17. It's another 17. 18 minus 1.
Okay. So you dodge the burst of web that this spider throws at you. And this one climbs along the roof and comes through the door to the doorway on top of its friend clinging to the roof. And it swings out its mandibles and catches you. Actually, you said your AC is 20 now, didn't you? So it
Shield up in its jaws.
clangs off of your shield. And that is the end of their turn. Brings us back to Zariel.
If you have any area damage, do it now.
Yeah, area I don't have, but I will attempt to Starry Wisp over the top of you guys. Yeah, I'm not rolling tonight. That's a 10.
Yeah, it's difficult because you're trying
really
to not hit Wizardson and not hit Fear Clan, and it just hits a little bit of web as one of the spiders deftly dodges to the side.
Disappointing. Sorry, guys.
That brings us down to Maribel, and she's going to Sacred Flame the spider, which fails its dex save and takes damage. And that brings us on to...
Citizen will attack the more injured spider. I think that's giant spider B, and it's going to be, yet again, a reckless attack. And I'll see what the alternative to the 18 to the 24 is. I think I'll go with the 25. Hopefully a hit.
Yeah, definitely hits.
So we do this amount plus the 13 plus the 2, so 15 damage.
The spider releases this guttural noise as its limbs fold in on itself, and this is the one on the ground, curls up under itself, and it's what you presume is probably its mate above it hisses quite angrily at you as you cause one of those spiders to depart the mortal realm.
Please don't resurrect it.
And that brings us to Chorus.
2 points of Eldritch Blast damage, nearly an 8.
Yep.
Eldritch Blast. I'm going to nudge wizards and say, you should try the line.
And that brings us to Krug.
Krug thinks, oldie but a goodie. Fireball. That is 18 on the die plus 5 is 23.
That hits. Yep.
That is 9 fire damage.
Can see the fairly angry now giant spider clinging to the roof starts to rear up on its back legs and seems pretty incensed, badly hurt now.
Fear Clan's going to angle his war pick up and just like trying to hit the spider into the roof. That spider. The bad choice though with a natural 1. Yeah, that didn't work so well for me.
The pick gets stuck in some really thick web and it takes you a few seconds to try and jostle it free.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. And that brings us to the giant spider. It lets out again. It's almost a mournful sound now. Wizardson, make a dexterity saving throw. And you watch as it
Can I use my once a day human reroll?
You
dice?
can, yeah, that'll
Yes.
do it. So you watch as it sends this burst of web out, and it narrowly misses Wizardson, and now is fairly enraged, and it lashes out again at Wizardson, but it misses. It badly injured now and not doing very well. Back to the top of the order, Dario.
All right, let's try this one more time. Third time. To the 17 hit.
It does.
Thank you. That is a 7 radiant damage.
You can see the little hairs on the spider starting to sizzle, and it looks really badly hurt. It's starting to lose its grip on its web. And that brings us to Maribel, who is going to Sacred Flame it, and it fails the Sacred Flame. And you watch as it is incinerated with this burst of radiant energy. Wizardson and Fear Clan roll perception check. Nope. Fear Clan doesn't really notice anything. He's holding up his shield and trying to still retrieve his war pick from the web. Wizardson, you notice that there's probably 3 or 4 bodies wrapped in cocoons web in here in various states of being picked through, but there are also at least 2 very large egg sacs in the room that don't appear to be doing anything right at the very moment. But
Burn them now.
we'll consider that you're
Good with fire.
Burn
Good
them
with
now.
fire.
at this point.
Or do we keep them as a pet?
Burn them.
When Fearclon eventually manages to get his pick out of the roof, he turns to Krug and says, "You burn it, or this pick comes for you."
Don't be the guy in the share house who keeps a pet tarantula and loses it. Let's just burn them now.
Okay, all right, fine. He casts Firebolt at it.
Okay.
Do you want me to do damage?
Yeah, roll to hit.
Oh, Fearclon's getting out of the way of the coming Inferno first.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
checks out.
Yeah.
You should meteor swarm them from the astral plane. It's the only way to be sure.
Krug got an 8. His heart wasn't in it.
It seems to have disturbed one of the egg sacs. You see it starting to move and rumble. Starting to see some lines, cracks appearing on bits of the sack. Anyone else got anything they want to do?
Oh, no.
Fearclon's going
Everyone
to
else.
prepare an action that if he sees a spider come out, he will attempt to hit it as soon as possible. Like that whack-a-mole sort of game.
Yep. Okay. Sure.
Wizard
Anyone
will
else?
grab it, watch him throw it at the egg sac.
Okay. Yeah, grab a torch from the wall, throw it at the egg sac. Okay.
Can we just make
So
sure that the
the-
bodies are a bit further away from the fire, just in case they're like good people?
It's going to be our competitors. It won't be good
You
people.
can't
Aren't
really
they already
tell,
dead? Shouldn't
yeah.
we just burn them all anyway?
You can't really tell who the bodies are at this point. The fire is slowly burning away the webbing, but it takes a number of rounds for you to burn the webbing away to a point where you could recognize any of those corpses or see what equipment may or may not be present in that room.
Fire?
Anything else? Oh yeah, Krug's going to just throw more fire in there.
Go fire.
A 3 again. His heart's still on it. He really wanted a pet spider.
So one of the sacks erupts in this swarm of tiny spiders that kind of come like a tidal wave out the door and cover the floor in every direction.
If you dimension door into solid stone, or you got trapped inside a mimic's home, forced to plane shift into the void, or turned to ash by a cursed child's toy. Your cleric got charmed and hit you with bane. You find an empty tomb, but it's inscribed with your name. Whoa, whoa, not drink. Dominated by a shaman and then kissed a hairy sphinx. Walked the plane of shadow for years, then told a demon your greatest fears. Lost and starving in the desert and there's mold on your bread. Your bard roll a 20 to seduce the dead. You looted scrolls from a leech's den, read them out loud, never again. Woke up in hell with a talking sword. Now your soul's owned by a demon lord. A fireball trap explodes and your rogue has fled. A green dragon wakes and you're still in its bed. Oh, sometimes you're just better off dead. You're better off dead.